Uh, hey, Mike McGrory here from Mike'sBackyardNursery.com. Today, I want to talk to you about rooting cuttings and how to handle those rooted cuttings. There seems to be a great deal of confusion in our growers area, in our members area, about what to do with them and when to fertilize them. So I'm here to tell you today that I don't fertilize my rooted cuttings. I just don't need to, and I'm going to show that to you today. So basically, this is stuff that we stuck. It's what, 26 or something like that of June. So we started sticking cuttings right around the 1st of June, probably the 4th or 5th, something like that. So we stuck this entire bed. I mean, we've got all kinds of spirea, weigelia. We're trying some sand cherry again. There's viburnum. And then in this bed, I think we've got burning bush, Russian sage, climbing hydrangea, all kinds of stuff. So this is stuff that we just stuck. Let me walk over here. So stuff in this bed, these are, look at these Annabelles. These were Annabelles that got stuck in the middle of summer last summer, and the girls accidentally trimmed my Annabelle, so then to kind of save things, they went ahead and stuck the cuttings. But look at these red Prince weigelia, there's tangled weigelia, there's Java red, variegated, but look at the growth on these variegated weigelia. Now I'm going to go down through here because we can't get these out of here now because they may be rooted into the soil below. So we're just going to leave them, and I'll cut them. I'll take the head shears and I'm just going to whack the tops off so they don't get too far out of control. Now this bed right here, these are hardwood cuttings that were stuck probably the end of November and the beginning of December last year. But this is all summer beauty, stuck in sand, never been fertilized. I don't fertilize my cuttings. All summer beauty with little to no roots at all in March. These things are already in bloom. Rose of Sharon, look at these Annabelles. This is Annabelle hydrangea. That not only are they doing fantastic, but they're actually blooming and making flowers. Those buckets all along the edge, those are also hardwood cuttings. You'll see there's like 3 buckets of dappled willow, there's some golden curls willow, and then we've got some struggling blueberries. All right, Kathy, let's walk over this way. By the way, this is Sunday, so I'm out of uniform, so I told Kathy not to get too much of my legs because nobody's paying for that. All right, now, this spring, end of March, we went into our cutting beds and we took everything out while it was dormant, except that one bed. I knew I couldn't deal with that many, but anyway, so we took them all out and we stuck them, big weed, and we put them in bunches, and then we healed them in these buckets until we could get to them. So this is variegated weigelia. These things have been in this bucket since probably the end of March, very early April. No fertilizer. They won't get fertilizer till they go into a container. So you can see right here that they are growing like crazy in nothing but potting soil. Now, you know, people are always afraid, gee, aren't they going to get all tangled together? So I'm going to show you how we get them out of here. So you can see that I've got one giant root ball of plants, but I'm just going to tag. Really, really important. So these are a little bit more aggressive than a lot of other things. So we just basically shake them out, because since they are not dormant, I don't want to break roots, so I simply shake them apart. So here's what I have, and I'm completely ill-prepared to make a video. I don't have my pruning shears. All right, so that thing is well rooted. When we pot it, we're going to cut it just like that so that it has an opportunity to fill out. Same thing here.
Mike.
Look at that. Pruning shears. All right, this one is growing completely bizarre, so I'm going to whack that off. Now, that thing is crazy ugly. We'll put it in a quart. If it gets better, it's going to get sold. If it doesn't, we got a place for it. It's called a brush pile. So right there, nice roots. Now I've trimmed the top a little bit. Same thing here. I'm gonna clip it here. You clip it there. And I'll take out the little dead stem in the center. Pretty simple stuff. But anyway, so when we heel them in like this, they don't get all tangled up. They come apart easily. So basically, what I want to show you is that without fertilizer, these things from the day they were stuck have not seen fertilizer. They were in a sand bed, and now they've been healed. You can see all the new roots since we healed them in. It's the end of June. These have been healed in since probably the end of March or very, very early April. We actually pulled them pretty early this year because things were starting to break dormancy early. So anyway, you don't have to fertilize your rooted cuttings. Don't get all caught up in that, because you're just going to confuse yourself as to how often, how much, which fertilizer to use. They know what to do. They do this in sand. It has almost no nutrition in it whatsoever. So we've got buckets and buckets of these things. They're all doing fantastic. Once we pot them up, they'll take off and grow like weeds. So I'm Mike McGroarty from Mike's Backyard Nursery, mikesbackyardnursery.com. Have a great day.